Buddha said, people that make wells divine the water or find the water wherever they like. Fletchers bend the arrow, carpenters bend a log of wood, and wise people fashion themselves. I believe lots of labels that people put on themselves are not descriptive in a way that helps them grow and, quote, fashion themselves. I think the most important labels that you can put on yourself would be those of number 1, Smilevator, 2, salesman, 3, psychologist, 4, follower, 5, teacher, 6, leader, and 7, and most importantly, philosopher. The Sphinx is said to have guarded the entrance to the Greek city of Thebes and to have asked a riddle of travelers to allow them passage. Quote, which creature in the morning goes on 4 legs, at midday on 2, and in the evening upon 3, and the more legs it has, the weaker it be. She strangled and devoured anyone unable to answer. Oedipus solved the riddle by answering, man, who crawls on all 4s as a baby, then walks on 2 feet as an adult, and then walks with a cane in old age. Finally defeated, the Sphinx killed herself, making Oedipus a transitional figure between the old religious practices of Greece and the new Olympian god worship. The 7 stages of life that Shakespeare described in his passage from the play As You Like It describes the transitions in relation to the way the man acts. We are all actors thus. And in Maslow's second tier on his hierarchy of needs are those of safety. Most people work for money, which represents safety. Most people spend about 30% of their days pursuing safety or money. That's why many people describe themselves by their occupation. There are many other roles we fill, though, that at some point in our lives that don't revolve around money and can help answer the question of who are you? Someone once said, I wouldn't trade any of the rotten times. They're vital to defining who you are and what you want. Hopefully this section won't be one of those rotten times, but if it is, you can be thankful for helping me define who you are not. I started with the question, what do you want? And turned up the obvious answer for most of you, happiness. Of course, happiness must be defined. If you know what you want, it's a whole lot easier answering the question, who you are. I have no idea who you are, but I have a pretty good idea of who I am. And maybe with a little extrapolation, that is taking my situation and placing it over yours to come out with a logical pattern or something like that, you can have some fun finding out who you are too. Everyone acts out a little of who they would like to be in whatever lifestyle or profession that they're drawn to or end up in. We are, however, all salesmen. You may have heard the phrase, he's a born salesman. Well, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a newborn baby that you could look at and say, aha, he's a salesman. There's no such thing as a born salesman, but we become salesmen. We are, however, all born Smilevators. Henry Ward Beecher once said, a person without a sense of humor is like a wagon without springs. It's jolted by every pebble in the road. Who am I? Well, I'm the person that's trying to have fun with you through this video. Who are you? If you think you're the person trying to enjoy this video, you're exactly right. But you're much more than that. You're the person having the thought that you were trying to enjoy this video. Our egos identify ourselves with our thoughts, and most of us have a constant stream of them without actually realizing that we are not really our thoughts or what we do for a living or any of the other roles we play in life. We're designed to be present and totally aware of what is happening around us and inside us now. As we age from infant to toddler, we start to lose our sense of wonder about the present and fill our minds with noise about the past and the future. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, in his book Flow, summarizes his research on the benefits of being totally present and aware, which he calls experiencing, quote, flow. The phrase being at one with things is a metaphor for his flow experience. It's taught in many Eastern religions, such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism. In these religions, overcoming the duality of self and object is a central feature of spiritual development. The experience of flow, or being totally immersed in an activity so that all of the thoughts are eliminated, is as close as most of us come to being present. Experiencing flow, or being in the zone, is fun and it promotes happiness. Babies are born being at one with things. We're built for fun. If someone asks you what you did, what would you say? If you're a dentist, doctor, model, movie star, you probably take great pride in how much dedication you took to achieve that title. But if you're a janitor, a salesman, or unemployed, maybe you would like to define yourself other than what the world has given you as a label. Professional titles I have used when I've held those three aforementioned positions, and I have held all three of them, could be referred to as sanitation engineer, facilitator, and consultant. I am a consultant at the moment and a Smilevator. We're all born Smilevators. A Smilevator is someone that actively seeks out ways to make people smile more. All babies can smile and seem to love making others smile as well. As we become adults, the noise of our thoughts about the past and the future drowns out our ability to be present as a Smilevator. We all retain some of the Smilevator traits to some extent. When you really pay attention and attempt to get to the fun point every day is when you awaken the Smilevator within you. Once it was thought that babies learn to smile by imitation of their mother and father. It's now been observed that babies actually smile in the womb. A smile is probably the most international symbol for fun, happiness, pleasure, and joy. One of my favorite passages about smiling, which I've not been able to find a reference to, the author goes something like this. A smile costs nothing but gives much. It enriches those who receive it without making poor those who give it. It takes but a moment, but the memory of it sometimes lasts forever. None is so rich or mighty that he cannot get along without it, and none is so poor that he cannot be made rich by it. Yet a smile cannot be bought, begged, borrowed, or stolen, for it is something that is of no value to anyone until it is given away. Some people are too tired to give you a smile. Give them one of yours, as none needs a smile so much as he who has no more to give. Give away a smile today.